Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa. Get your education booklet in our daily newspaper, street sales, or at your school every Monday to Thursday for pre-primary up until grade 3. The lessons are for listening or watching online. Inside the newspapers, there is an insert of the lesson booklet. Please cut the top of the lesson booklet with a pair of scissors and fold it for ready to use. But there is more. We are also available on our online platforms, MyZone and Zoshi Facebook pages, and in addition, our website, Zoshi Online. Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa and thank you so much for joining me today. Our theme this week is summer and the sky. And before we get into any lessons, boys and girls, we know that we need to sanitize. So let's take our sanitizer and rub our hands inside, round and round, in between our fingers, on our wrists and our fingertips too. Make sure your hands are dry before you touch anything else. For today's lesson, we will be doing vocabulary, sight words, and sequencing. To start our lesson today, boys and girls, let us all go to page 20. On page 20, we are going to be doing our vocabulary words. Now remember, vocabulary words are words that are new to us or that we may or may not be using. So it's time for us to use them and to understand what they mean. Let's take a look and use our pictures also. The first word that we're going to be talking about is the word sun. Sun. Now, as you can see, the sun is out and it's smiling. The next word we're going to talk about is the word day. Day. Now, when the sun is out, it becomes daytime. That's when we are able to see and go to school and laugh and play outside. The next word we're going to talk about is the word earth. Earth. Now, the word earth is the one that is used when we're talking about everything or everyone on our planet. As you can see, the earth is green and blue. The next word we're going to talk about is the word moon. Moon. Now, the moon we know because it comes out at night. Very good. And it is the one that glows very brightly, allowing us to see just a little bit of what happens outside. With the moon, the next word is the word stars. Stars. Now, the stars are the little twinkling things that we see in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little stars. And of course, the last word is the word night. Night. Now, at night time, we are not allowed to be playing outside, and it's also the time when the sun and the daytime disappears, and out comes the moon and the stars. So these are our vocabulary words, boys and girls. I want you to read them carefully, and then after that, you're going to fill in the missing letters for each of the words. When you're done, you are going to now go to your word search. That's the part I'd like to help you with. So let's take a look at the board. Now the word search that we have here, I'm going to only find one word with you. As you can see, I have found the word stars. Remember, when we're doing a word search, we need to look for the letters that we can see on the word inside and then circle them. Don't forget to cross them out when you are done. Now the next word that we're going to be taking a look at, or the word we're looking for, is the word sun. So we start with the beginning letter, and then we decide whether we're going across or down. If we see here, we have the word or the letter S, and then we have a U and an N. So now we have found our word sun. Good job. That was quite quick today. So the word sun is there, and remember, in a word search, sometimes the letters are sharing, like the word letter S is for stars and S is for sun. So take your time with this one for your vocabulary words and try to use them as we go along during the week. Now when you're done with that, we can go to the next page, page 21. On page 21, we are going to be doing our sight words. Now sight words are different from vocabulary words because these are words we often see, but we need to practice using them. Today, our words are jump, help, down. It's going to be your first job to read them out loud. When you have read them at least 3 times, you can move to the tracing. Please, there are rules for tracing that you need to follow. First one is to take your time. The second rule about tracing is to follow the trace dots. And then the third is to press your pencil hard enough for the letters to be seen. When you're done with that one, we can move on to the next part of that exercise, which is to write the word down. Write each word at least 2 times, taking your time and shaping your letters correctly. When you're done with that, you need to find the words in the box and then circle them. Then after that, you will do some reading and then use those same words to make sentences. Let's try and do the reading and the making of the sentences together. Now remember, we have these words that we are going to be using for our sight words. Jump, help, down. Well done. The reading part, we're going to do number 2 together. I want you to put your finger there and read with me. Are you ready? Let's go. Dad will help you. Let's read again. Dad will help you. Good job. Then after that, you need to write your own sentences. Here is the one I made with the word jump. I like to jump. I like to jump. Now don't forget, when you're making your sentences, to start with a capital letter at the beginning and end your sentence with a full stop. Have fun, boys and girls. I know sometimes English can be a little bit tricky, but if you know your sight words and your vocabulary words, you will have fun. I'll see you when you're done after the advert break.
Follow us on MyZone Facebook Active Kids to watch your daily lesson and other fun activities with Zoe and Zoshi.
For our last activity today, boys and girls, let's all go to page 22. On page 22, we are going to be doing sequencing. Now, this means that we are looking for numbers and arranging them accordingly. Today, we are going to be arranging our numbers from small to big and then from big to small. Let's take a look and see how best we can do that together. Now, I'm thinking that we should start from small to big. Now remember, small means the smallest number that's there up until the biggest number. Now for us to start, we need to put our Mr. Tens and Mrs. Units. So I'm going to take two different colors. One for Mr. Tens, I will put a T on top. Very good. And then for Mrs. Units, I will put a A. There we go. Good job, everyone. Now it will become easier for us. Remember, we're starting from small. So we take a look at Mr. Tens and look for the smallest one. To do that, we would need a number line. Let's look at our number line here in the classroom. We're going to start with the smallest tens, which is 1. If there is a 1, that means it's the one we should start with. I found it! So that means the smallest number there is the number 19. So go ahead, boys and girls, and write 19 as your first number. Don't forget to cross it out so we don't look for it again. So we have looked for 1 tens, maybe there's 2 tens. And there is! The next one is the number 20. So you can see that it has a 2 for its tens, meaning it's the next smallest number. Don't forget to cross it out. So we've moved from 2, let's go to 3. We're looking for 3 tens. No, this one is a 4. This one we have already crossed out. So that means it is this one, 33. So go ahead and write the number 33 and then cross it out so we don't try to look for it again. That means the last one, because remember we're moving from small to big, the biggest one is 48. Let's write the number 48. Take your time, make it neat, and then we cross it out so that we can see that we are done with all of our numbers. Good job, everyone. Now this was from small to big. The next one is from big to small. So we start like what we did before, taking two different colors and then putting a T on top for Mr. Tens' friends. And then when we're done, we take the next color and put an A on top for Mrs. Units' friends. Good job, everyone. Now, we are looking for big to small. So instead of starting at 1 like we did for the tens, we're going to start at 9. So, are there any numbers for tens friends that start with 9? No. Let's go down. 8. Are there any friends that start with 8 for Mr. Tens? No. 7. Is there a 7? No. 6. Yes, there is a 6. So that means that the first number or the biggest number is 6, which makes it 62. Go ahead and write the number 62 as the first one. Then cross it out so you don't look for it again. Do we have any more 6s? No. So that means we're going down 5. Do we have any 5s at Mr. Tens? No 5s. Oh, there we go. We have a 5. So the next one, boys and girls, is the number 52. So go ahead and write 52 and then cross it out. Now we are going down. 4. Are there any 4s? No. 3s? No. 2s? We only have a 2 for Mrs. Eunice, but that's not the one we're looking for. We are looking for Mr. Tenz's friends, and he does have a 2. So the next number is 25. Good job, everyone. Don't forget to cross him out. That means that the smallest number, because remember we moved from big to small, is the number 12. So go ahead and write 12 and then cross it out. Very simple. Have fun, boys and girls, with this one. The rest of the exercise, you are supposed to look for the numbers before, which means in front of, then the numbers in between 2 numbers, and the one after the number. Take your time with everything, and I'll see you when you're done after the advert break.
Do you have children in the age range of 5 to 6 years and want to participate in our school booklet program? Please contact us on 081 74 3759 and we will put you on our distribution list for the attention of pre-primary schools. Topics include family, summer, culture, traditions and houses, transport and communications, occupations, autumn, and more. We distribute countrywide in over 10 different languages.
Boys and girls, we have now come to the end of our lesson, and I hope you had fun. Remember, if you are feeling lost or you don't know what to do or it's really hard, that's okay. You can ask an adult for help. But make sure you try to finish your work by yourself. So now that we are done with our lesson, it's important for us to sanitize. So let's take our sanitizer and we rub inside our hands, around our hands, in between our fingers, on our wrists, and our fingertips too. Make sure your hands are dry before you touch anything else. I think Sashi has been trying to come into the classroom. I'm sure he's here by now. Hello, Sashi, where are you? Oh, there you are. So, from Sashi and I would like to say thank you so much for joining us today and goodbye.
Our online school will help you along the way. Find us at www.zoshi.online and download the booklet. Follow us on Facebook to never miss a video. Subscribe to our Zoshi Telegram channel if you want to receive daily updates. Proudly sponsored by the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture, Namibian Community Trust, UNICEF, My Zone Online School, Amos Meerkat Syllabus, and Capricorn Foundation.